Imagine graduating high school with a 4.0 GPA and zero idea how to pay your taxes. You can solve for X, recite Shakespeare, maybe even name all the presidents, but when it comes to managing your bank account, crickets. And here's the real kicker, that's not an accident. See, schools didn't forget to teach you about money. They never planned to, because an uninformed population is a profitable one. Buckle up, because what you're about to learn might actually make you angry, and that's a good thing. Let's start with the basics. Credit scores. They sound boring, right? Like something only your parents care about. But your credit score is like your financial report card for adulthood. It determines if you get approved for a loan, how much interest you pay, whether you can rent an apartment, or even get a job. But instead of teaching you how to build one, schools just hoped you'd figure it out, after you've already wrecked it with a few bad decisions. And then there's compound interest. This one should honestly be taught in kindergarten with finger puppets. It's the concept that money grows exponentially over time if you invest it wisely. Let's say you invest $100 a month starting at age 20. By the time you hit 60, you could be sitting on over $350,000 without doing anything extra. That's the magic of compound interest. But did anyone pull you aside in school and explain that? Nope. Instead, we got mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Very useful when filing bankruptcy. And speaking of money vanishing budgeting, you'd think they'd at least show us how to create one, right? Nope. So most of us learned the hard way. You get your first paycheck, and suddenly you feel rich. 2 days later, you're surviving on instant noodles and vibes, because no one told you about the 50-30-20 rule, which means spend 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and save 20%. Simple, effective, and tragically unknown. Let's talk about taxes now. The government takes a chunk of every paycheck, and most of us just let it happen, confused and slightly terrified. You're expected to file them every year or risk fines, audits, or worse. But unless you had a cool uncle who walked you through it, you were probably left guessing. Instead, we spent weeks memorizing the periodic table, which is great unless you were planning to become a chemist. Spoiler, most of us didn't. And wait, it gets worse. Inflation. You might have heard your parents say things like, "Back in my day, a loaf of bread was 50 cents. That's inflation. It means your money is worth a little less every year. So if you're just saving your cash under your mattress or in a basic savings account, you're actually losing money. It's like running on a treadmill and wondering why you're not moving forward. Yet schools never mention it. And let's not even get started on student loans. You sign a piece of paper at 18 promising to repay tens of thousands of dollars with interest, without truly understanding how long that burden will hang over you. Meanwhile, banks are laughing all the way to, well, the bank. Now, here's the billion-dollar question. Why? Why don't schools teach any of this? Short answer, the system benefits from your ignorance. The longer answer, financial literacy isn't profitable for big corporations or credit card companies. Think about it, if you knew how compound interest worked, you'd be investing instead of racking up debt. If you understood how to read a loan agreement, maybe you wouldn't take on that $100K in student loans. If you knew how taxes and deductions worked, you'd realize you're entitled to way more than you're getting. It goes deeper than just money. When people don't understand finances, they become dependent on jobs they hate, on high-interest loans, on systems designed to keep them running on empty. And that dependence makes people easier to control. Call it a conspiracy, call it capitalism, call it both. But the result is the same. A generation that's smart enough to pass standardized tests, but clueless when it comes to building wealth. And here's the wild part. All this information is out there. It's not locked away in some secret vault. It's in books, YouTube videos, Reddit threads. But schools, places supposedly built to prepare us for life, act like it doesn't exist. So it's on us to unlearn and relearn. To question what we were told. To stop assuming the most important life skills will be handed to us. So what can you actually do about it? First, track your money. Seriously, Use a budgeting app or a spreadsheet, or a notebook, whatever works. Just know where your money's going and why. If you don't control your money, it will definitely control you. Second, build an emergency fund, ideally 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Life throws curveballs. Car breaks down, job loss, surprise dental bill, and if you don't have a cushion, you're just one emergency away from chaos. Third, start investing. No, you don't need a finance degree. You just need time and consistency. Use index funds, automate contributions, let compound interest do its thing. And the best time to start? Yesterday. The second best time? Right now. Fourth, learn about credit. Pay your bills on time. Keep your credit utilization low. Don't close your oldest accounts. It's not glamorous, but it's crucial. Fifth, don't be afraid to talk about money. It's not taboo. It's not rude. It's necessary. The more we treat it like normal conversation, the more we all learn. And finally, educate yourself. Follow creators who talk about money in a way that makes sense to you. Read books like The Psychology of Money or I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Subscribe to channels that break it down without making you feel dumb, because you're not dumb, you were just never taught. And hey, if this video lit a fire under you, even just a little, don't let it burn out. Use it. Talk about this with your friends. Ask the uncomfortable questions. Start those money convos that feel weird at first, because this stuff isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about freedom, real freedom, the kind that lets you walk away from a toxic job, or take time off, or move to a new city without panicking about rent. You don't need to be a millionaire to be financially free. You just need to understand how the game is played. And now, you've seen the playbook. So if you learned something new today, or you're mad you didn't learn this 10 years ago, smash that like button. Drop a comment telling us which part hit hardest, and make sure you're subscribed, because we've got way more videos that'll make you feel smarter, richer, and just a little more rebellious. Check out the other videos on the channel to keep that momentum going, because the truth is, no one's going to save you from financial confusion but you. But you're not alone. We're all figuring it out together. Welcome to your financial awakening. Let's rewrite what school never taught us, one video at a time.